So what is ethics? The term ethics defines that standard that bear on right and wrong issue of society. Business ethics is thus a set of professional standards which emphasize principle of honesty and duty to the business and the general public. The other significant principles included in business ethics are like fairness, integrity, self-instructional material. So like if I talk about an introduction to ethics, that is commitment to agreement, broad-mindedness, so considerateness, so importance given to human esteem and self-respect, responsible citizenship, attempt to excel, accountability. So these principles, if strictly pursued, lead to a decent business environment and create healthy relationship in the organization. So however, deviations from these principles can occur due to following factors like ignorance and indifference to issue, selfishness, imperfect reasoning. So concept of business, just like human being function with limbs, corporation or companies function through their businesses. The term business can be broken as busyness, meaning thereby an activity that keeps an individual busy. In the economic sense, the creation of utility is called business, while in the commercial sense, the activities concerned with the purchase and sale of goods and services are called business. A business includes that part of production which is equally exchanged and result in mutual benefit to the parties who exchange goods in the transaction. So if I talk about a definition according to Peterson and Plowman, so business may be defined as an activity in which different persons exchange something of value, whether goods or services, for mutual gain or profit. According to James, business is the sum total of those processes which are engaged in the removal of hindrances of persons and places and time in the exchange of commodities. Business means the whole complex field of commerce and industry, the basic industry, processing and manufacturing industries, and the network of ancillary services. It's a distribution, banking, insurance, transport and so on, which serve and interpret the word of business as a whole. Like according to section of the Income Tax Act 1961, business means any trade, commerce or manufacture or any adventure in the nature of trade, commerce or manufacture, nature of business. So business is a wide term included all occupation in which people are busy in earning income either by production or purchase, sale and exchange of goods and self instructional material. So like service to satisfy the need of people and earn profit, the following point may be discussed to reveal the true nature of a business. So economic activity. Business is an essential economic activity. Profit motive is the key element that inspires a businessman to work efficiently. Human activity. Business is a human activity. In this sense, business is considered to be an economic activity of human being only. A business is by the people and for the people. So social process. Business is a social process. All the individuals involved in a business, such as owners, customers and employees, are an integral part of society. So business has to fulfill its social responsibilities. A system is a combination of things or part, forming a unitary whole. It is an established arrangement of components for the attainment and attainment of objective also. All human activities concerned with earning money are included under the term business. So cultivation by a farmer, teaching by a teacher, and treatment taken by a patient from a doctor are also treated as a business activities. There are different types of business activities which may be classified as follows. So industry includes the activities connected with the production and processing of goods. So manufacturing enterprises are engaged in the production of goods. So these kind of industry can be classified as follows. Analytical enterprise, an oil refinery that separates crude oil into petroleum, kerosene, and diesel oil is an analytical concern. Or synthetic enterprises, enterprises which combine several materials to produce one product is a synthetic enterprises. Also, mills and cement factories are synthetic enterprises. So all those plants engaged in the production of goods such as radio, scooter, and television sets are assembling enterprises. A few enterprises involving in mining are involved in mineral resources production. For example, iron ore, coal, gold, and silver. Commerce, it is the total of all those activities that are engaged in the removal of hindrance of a person or trade, place or transaction. Banking and financial of commodities. Commerce can be divided into two categories: trade and aid to trade. So trade can be further divided into two categories, which are as follows. So like these includes the trade that is done with the countries, such as wholesale and retail trade. Or external, this include our trade that is done with various countries, such as export and import. Aid trade can be divided into transport, banking, and insurance. Self-instruction material, So like if I'm talking about the characteristics of business, so business means the creation of utilities. There are many features of business activities, and thus the businesses, the essential characteristics of business, business may be summarized. And exchange or sale, a business includes the sale, purchase, and exchange of goods and services. Creation of utilities, a business creates, transfer, and utilities of goods by making them available in proper form, at the appropriate time and places. So social institution, a business that deals with the people of society, all the person engaged in the business, such as the owner, customer, employees, and other professionals. Like it's belong to the society. A business has to fulfill its social responsibility towards each part of the community and has to follow the business ethics as well. So business activities are carried out to make a profit. A non-profitable business cannot continue to exist for long. Profit are essential for growth of a business. There are two types of risk in a business. The first type of risk is floods and thefts. The second type of risk is loss due to fall in demand and labor trouble. Uncertainty arises because of unpredictability of profit in a business. So profit is such an element which cannot be predicted in advance. A business always tries to satisfy its customer with better quality and reasonable prices. So business industry, commerce, analytical enterprises, synthetic, enterprises, assembly, enterprises, internal trade, and trade add to trade. So like if I'm talking about external trade, transport, banking, insurance, like wholesale, retail, import, export. So self-instruction material. In this regard, a business goals, the term goal denote what an organization expects to achieve in the future. So goal describes clearly the activities and tasks to be completed by an individual and a department or an organization. A business has a number of goals which describe a desired future state for which efforts are directed. The goals are like a measure to evaluate the success of the business. It helps the management to keep the organization and the individual working for it. And it's away from destructive activity which come in the way of success of an organization. So characteristic of business goal, if I'm talking about, so business goals are derived from a mission statement. The business goals are task oriented and therefore they must state what is to be achieved by an organization. So business goals are short term in nature. Business goals are challenging as they challenge the individual who are responsible for its attainment. So business goals must specify the conditions that are necessary for the attainment of an organization goals. Objectives are needed in every field where performance and a result affect the survival and prosperity of a business. So success in a business cannot be achieved without the proper selection of objectives. So the structure, direction and management of a business closely depend upon its objectives. So some of the important objective I am talking about are like economic objective. Profit earning is the most important objective of a business. Profit must be earned by a business to provide for its own survival. So coverage of risk, growth and expansion, it is necessary motivating force, and it is the term of profit that the efficiency of a business is measured. All business activities are performed to achieve the following economic objective, like incentive. Profit is the biggest incentive for work. It is the driving force behind the business enterprises. So profit is essential for the survival of a business. In the absence of profit, an organization will not be able to survive. It also helps to in replacing obsolete machinery and equipment, and thus ensure the continuity of a business. So growth, if I am talking about, stagnation is the biggest setback of an industry. The prosperity and continuity of an industry largely depends upon its growth and expansion. Profit measure the performance of the business. It is the accepted yardstick for the evaluation of the efficiency of the business. An unsuccessful businessman concern carries no goodwill. So like businessman, but also improve the credit worthiness and bargaining strength of the business. So like social objectives, the purpose of a business is not only to earn profit, but also to discharge responsibility towards society as well as employees. So service to society, a business must serve the society by considering some factors, better product. So customer satisfaction is the backbone of a business. So therefore a business must ensure a supply of a better quality of goods and services to its customer. A business provides a large number of employment opportunities to the member of the society. This is a very important service, especially in developing countries like India, where the pressure of population is high and thus unemployment prevails. No business can survive for long if it is harmful to the society. It must not cause any kind of air, water or noise pollution. All effort must be made to reduce the adverse effects of business on the quality of life. Man, animal and bird must also be protected from industrial pollution of the environment. Good employment opportunity and good quality of product improve the living standard of the people. A business must serve its employees by considering some factors like fair wages. So social justice requires that employees get fair remuneration for their work. Apart from the wages, if their employers acknowledge their contribution, the employee would be satisfied and would work more sincerely. The employees must be acknowledged, and they should be given adequate training to improve themselves, so that they will be ready to accept a better position in an organization if offered. Like, employees should not be considered servant in any organization. Their contribution must be given due recognition. They must be allowed to share in the prosperity of the business, either by sharing of profit or capital. The production process consists not only of a material, machines and land, but also the workers working for the organization. So different human objectives can be listed in this way, like fair wages, bonus, dearness allowance, provident fund, medical facilities and educational and other facilities to employees. Workers' participation in management, so encouragement of creativity, initiative and provision of growth opportunity for employees, self-instruction, so like a job satisfaction and other provision to raise the morale of workers. So Congenial, working conditions, security of employment for workers, profit sharing schemes for the workforce. So apart from the other objectives, there are some national objectives as well, which are, which I'm going to tell you. So like ensuring social justice, development of a skilled personnel, development of small entrepreneurship, so export development to, abide by laws passed by local, state and central governments. So business objectives play a very significant role in strategic management. They help the management in the following ways, as I'm going to tell you. So like objective are the base of strategic decision making. They help in strategic decision making by directing the attention of strategies to the area where decision making is required by them, and also by coordinating individual behavior towards strategic decision making. So objective help in providing a standard with the help of which both the individual as well as the overall performance of an organization can be judged. Objective also define the relationship of an organization with its environment. So this helps the organization to take into consideration what has to be achieved for its employees, customers and the organization itself. Objective, also help define the vision and mission statement of an organization. So that was the some important discussion on business ethics. So like earlier we talked about the main objectives of business ethics. Thanks for watching.